Hi, my name is Jess Marie. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey through counseling and what that's looked like throughout my life. The first time I ever saw a counselor, I was maybe 14, 15 years old. I was self-harming myself and I felt like I needed to talk to somebody, so I went to my school counselor. I was in grade 10 and I was telling her all these things that I had going on in my life, and the biggest thing that I took from this lady is she said, Jess, you have nothing to be sad about. You're friends with the drama kids, you're on the sports team, you're friends with people who go out and do things on the weekend, you have multiple different friend groups, and that was the problem. And I just remembered feeling so lost because she's telling me that there's nothing wrong and I shouldn't be upset and I shouldn't be in distress. Well, at the same time, I am so sad, so lonely. I was self-harming myself and I didn't know what to do. And I just thought, okay, this is me. And that habit of self-harm, that followed me all the way up till my third year of college. And that's something I'm not necessarily ashamed of. It was a part of my coping mechanism because I didn't know what else to do. So that happened, and then I moved schools and I started seeing another counselor. I wrote this big long letter. I thought, you know what, I'm a writer, it's better to express. I wrote this front and back, 3 pages of everything, because I'm like, you know what, get to it on your own time, and this is what's going on. Just to recap you on everything in my life. I'm not going to give her name. She was a lovely lady. She ended up referring me to somebody in an addictions program within the community. So it was all covered by mental health or addiction and recovery. And mostly it was the drinking and pot smoking that I was like, I'm relying on this too much because I didn't want to self-harm anymore. So I was drinking excessively. I didn't have a lot of friends at my new school, even though it was only a town over. And I did have lots of friends. But when I moved school, it was very cliquey and I just didn't fit in anywhere. So I started seeing this gentleman for quite some time, and I seen a few other counselors when I went into post-secondary, into college. And then since I've lived in the community that I'm in now, I've seen 3 different counselors, if I remember correctly. I was also part of a pre-postnatal wellness group. So this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, because not that I've gone through any more or any less than anybody else, but it's something that I've always needed. I've just needed that party that is not attached into my life, that I don't feel like I'm burdening. They're there and they want to help. They want to be that safe place. So I have found somebody that I feel like I really connect to. She works a lot with emotion-based therapy, and that's something that I really need right now. I need that reattachment to my emotional self, because I've disconnected from that and I've kind of turned cold in my personal life, and it's something I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to tell people how it is. Not all the time anyway. Sometimes you got to hear it just plain cut dry, but other times you need to be soft about things, and it's a gift, it's a superpower, and I don't have that right now. I just tell people what I don't like, or I say, oh, I only eat organic vegetables. Conventional vegetables, there's so many toxins and they're so bad for your health. That's just like an obscure example. Nothing that I have here is organic, just so we know. But then it makes somebody else feel bad because maybe they can't afford, this snooty attitude, or it's not even snootiness. It's just an attitude that I don't want, and I've been collapsing on the inside. And it's been 2 months of working with my counselor. I don't want to give her name. Very kind lady, and just to have that space. And when you go and see a counselor for a first time, you don't always know what to expect. The best thing I can say is be open and honest, because if you're not, then it's not going to serve anything, and especially things that are really weighing on you. So what we've really come to the conclusion through multiple sessions is I'm going through a lack of identity, which I kind of already know, and that's something that my first counseling session I should have known. I should have, like when I was 14, 15, grade 10, and that's what I was feeling, and I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to cope with it because I had all these different friend groups and personalities, and I was on the sports teams, and it was amazing, it was awesome, it was great. But I was also hurting myself, and I was drinking at a young age and having sex with older men at a young age, and it really destroyed me. So now I'm going through a lot of processes of cord clipping. That's a huge thing in my life right now, where I'm taking time to sit with the feelings that I felt when I did certain things and say, you know what, this experience happened and it shaped me who I am today, but I don't need to relive that memory. It does not serve me, and that relationship doesn't serve me. And I pray for, if it happened, if it was an incident, whether it was a friendship, a partnership, or just an encounter, a sexual encounter, or anything also, physical trauma. Just saying, you know what, this happened, and some days it really lingers, it really holds within my body for a couple of days because I'm thinking about it, and I don't want ill thought. I pray for them. I pray, you know what, things didn't work out, but I pray that your marriage is good. I pray that you take your girlfriend out and you take her dancing, or you cook her dinner, you get off work early and cook her dinner. I pray that you just have those ideas and act upon it, and you treat her with love, and I hope she treats that to you in return, because it's so important to just, you know what, I love you, and there was a time that I loved you, or you hurt me, but you are not allowed to hurt me anymore, and that experience shaped me who I am today, and accepting and forgiving, because that's for me. That's something that I'm learning, and I have yet to forgive myself for a lot of things that I've done, but I've held a lot of grudges, and just letting that go. And we were talking last night, I don't know how we got onto the conversation of joy. She asked me something about what do I need, or what am I looking for in my identity question. I want to come from a place of joy. I want to experience joy as often as I can. I want to laugh genuinely. I want to feel community, and I don't feel that. And I was journal writing, and I haven't been journal writing for personal reasons, and she's like, Jess, this is your homework for the week. She's like, I want you to create a vision board. She told me this beautiful story. Her and a colleague of hers, they spent an entire day around the topic of joy, where they researched it, the difference between joy and happiness and excitement. And joy is this very interesting thing. When I think of joy, I think of sitting around with a bunch of people, family, friends, whatever, and we're all just hanging out, we're socializing, there's food, there's kids playing, there's music going, and it's a feeling, it's an energy, it's this whole thing, it's an outcome of multiple things coming together. That's how I see joy. I see joy with my son, who is playing so freely. He has just pure joy, throwing him up in the air, that excitement, that joy. I want to feel that. I want to feel like a toddler being thrown up in the air, knowing that he's going to be caught, but what if I wasn't caught? But you know that you will. You're in such a warm embrace, and I want to feel that. And she said she went through this whole day of learning about it and looking at different theories around joy and definitions, different cultures, definitions of joy. And at the end of the day, her and her colleague, they made vision boards, and she showed me her vision board, and it was beautiful, or a collage. It was like a collage, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. So first thing this morning, I did a little bit of writing, because I'm like, you know what, I really need to write. I need to just update myself in my journal so that I don't have a month or two of nothing, and it's like, what happened? So just a little update for myself. And then I started cutting stuff out and collaging, and it felt so good to have that creative experience, because she said it connects the mind and the heart, and they come together, and through that you can have the outcome of joy, looking at a satisfying art piece. So I've definitely been trying to heal whatever it is I need to heal, and move forward in finding my identity and feeling confident and secure in this world. And I know that's a difficult thing, but I just want to live with so much love and so much grace, and I'm not there at all. And I'm okay. I'm 26 years old. I don't need to have it all figured out, because I'm reading a book right now, a lady who is 42, and she went to counseling for the first time, realized all her traumas, told stories that she never told that happened to her, traumatizing things that happened to her when she was a little girl, kept those in, affected her marriage, got a divorce, had a beautiful child, and just all these things that I know I'm on the right path, and I feel very secure and confident in my path that I'm walking. But it doesn't help in the day-to-day life, putting in that work on a day-to-day basis, and also reminding myself, you know what, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to rest, because I am full-time mom. I work 3 days a week. I do boxing at least twice a week, and then training at home on my own. I try my best to be reading every day, because I do value that. Keeping a clean house. I have a lot going on just on that surface level, but then to be doing internal work and really diving into what is not serving me and what is holding me back. What am I hanging on to? What grudges am I holding on to that are preventing me from living a joyful life? So I'll leave you with that. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. My name is Jess Marie. Bye.